American news.
A major winter storm is heading toward New Jersey tonight. Conditions are rapidly deteriorating with heavy snow and high winds.
For the record, that was not a real person reporting the weather. It's an avatar that I created in a matter of seconds using a free Google tool that I'm about to introduce you to. Hurricane Melissa is rapidly intensifying as it approaches the island of Jamaica. If you are in the evacuation zone, you must leave now. Listen, what I just showed you, it isn't me, it's my avatar. Today, I'm actually going to show you how you can create videos just like these using nothing but Google and a few AI tools that you can try for free. And here's the best part. With the right strategy, this can be seriously profitable rock stars, even making life-changing money. And you don't need to be a meteorologist or an expert to pull this one off.
It's Odetta gonna show you the way. From rags to riches, we gonna say.
Welcome back to the Rockstar Academy. We have a lot to talk about. I'm just glad you're here. Let's jump right into it. Here's something wild. Did you know that some people check the weather more than they check their bank balances? But what's even crazier is that this simple habit of just checking the weather can actually be turned into real income. And here's a few examples of that. The first one that I'm showing you here, this is a faceless channel that shares weather details. It has over 300,000 subscribers. There's no faces shown on this channel. There's no studio to record. It's 100% faceless. And as per vidIQ, as you can see here, it's estimated to be earning anywhere from $2,000 to $7,000 per month. Here's another example. And this channel is mostly faceless. And I say that because there's a tiny window on the screen for most of the video where the presenter's face is shown. This channel has built over 1.4 million subscribers, and as per vidIQ, it's estimated to be earning, brace yourself for this, anywhere from $23,000 to $69,000 US per month. This is genuinely life-changing money. Now, nothing in this video guarantees earnings because every channel will grow differently. But these channels, what they do is they prove what's possible when you understand how to turn weather into content. Now, why weather content makes good money and why you should consider it as a niche. Weather content works because it never stops. It changes every single hour on the hour. In every region, it's different, and people are checking it around the clock. Global weather searches happen in billions every month, not millions, but billions. And during snowstorms, tornadoes, blizzards, search volumes explode for obvious reasons. So now that you understand why sharing the weather works, let me grab my computer and I'm actually going to show you how to create this kind of content using an avatar so it's not completely faceless. Most of what I will share can also be done on a tablet or on a mobile phone. Now we're going to prompt Google Gemini with write me a detailed prompt for generating a realistic weather reporter avatar. The style should look like a television news presenter, include details for clothing, camera angle, lighting, background, and facial expressions. And as you can see here, Google Gemini instantly gives us a ready-to-use prompt. You can edit your prompt to include things like ethnicity, appearance, and gender as you see fit. I'm going to leave this as is. Now we're going to go ahead and click the link in the description for Google Whisk, or you can Google it. Whisk is actually one of Google's, I'd say, somewhat recently released tools that I think is mind-blowing. And again, you can try it free. Now you can create an account if you don't already have one for both Google Gemini and Google Whisk using your Gmail email. Now we're going to go ahead and copy the prompt that we got from Google Gemini and we're going to paste it right here in the Google Whisk command box and hit go. And in a matter of seconds, our avatar is ready, as you're seeing here. To keep your content engaging, however, you want your avatar to appear in different scenes and even different attire throughout your weather reporting video. So let's go ahead and choose the avatar that we prefer, and we're going to click refine here as I'm doing. And let me give you an idea of how to do this. Let's describe our edits in the command box. The character is sitting in a newsroom reporting the weather. And in a matter of seconds, this is what we get. Let's try another one, and let's have some fun with this. The character is wearing a raincoat, standing with very rough seas in the background, heavy winds blowing trees, and heavy downpour of rain. And in a matter of seconds, voila, this is what we have. Now, if you wanted to create an avatar that looks like you, as an example, you can do so with Google Whisk as well. On the home page here, you can go ahead and upload an image of yourself, which becomes the subject. And then you're going to prompt Google Whisk with transform the subject into a realistic weather reporter standing in a modern TV newsroom. And all I can say is, whoa, check me out, looking like a pro in the studio. If you are impressed so far with what I've showed you, I want you to write wow in the comments, but we have only scratched the surface. Let's move to step 2. And this is how we're gonna get what we're gonna report on the weather. And we want to make sure that this is real time and that it's accurate. I will enter this prompt into Google Gemini. Where in the world is experiencing weather that is worth reporting today? And as you can see here, we get exactly what we asked for. Now, let's go ahead for this example and select one from the list. And then we're going to prompt Google Gemini to write an 8 to 10 minute weather report for a YouTube video script for this. And what you're going to do is copy the idea or the particular weather report that you want to share and paste it right here beside the prompt. And as you can see here, we don't just get our script, we actually get a guide for the scenes that we can use for a B-roll, as well as what the avatar is doing and what they're saying. Another way to get weather reports is to search Google News, as I'm showing you here, and you're searching for weather, and then you're going to look through the articles to see something that's happening that's worth reporting. You're going to select that article, and you're going to just copy the URL, just the URL, not the article. And then you're going to head back over to Google Gemini, and you're going to type, write an 8 to 10 minute weather report for a YouTube video script using this. And you're going to paste the link that you got from Google News right here. And in a matter of seconds, here's the script with similar information. It's up to you to choose the method that you prefer. Now let's move to step 3. And this is where we're going to turn our script into a video. Now, from the script that we got from Google Gemini, let us start by copying the first visual, as I'm doing here on screen, and this is for your first scene. We're going to head back over to Google Whisk, and we're going to select refine on the avatar that we have decided to use, and then we're going to paste the visual in the command, and you want to change the word avatar to the character or character, because that's how Google Whisk process an avatar. So we now have, as you can see here, the character for our first scene based on the guidance we gave it from the script. Now, to animate our character, let's exit the refine mode here and select animate, as I'm doing, and we're going to paste the same visual that we just pasted earlier from the script that we got. Now, in a matter of seconds, as you can see here, we have an animated version of our scene. And let me allow you to hear it because it has a voiceover.
This is a breaking news storm alert for Tuesday. Forecasters are now predicting 1 to 4 inches of accumulation.
And listen, it was created using Google Veil, but it was done right here in Google Whisk free. Now, Google Veil will generate 8-second long videos, and this is whether you have the free version or the paid plan. So I'll have to show you a workaround to get your videos much longer in the next steps. For now, let's just go ahead and download the 8-second animated video that we just got, and we'll move to step 4. The tool that we're gonna use is Dreamface. And again, there's a link in the description. And you can use Dreamface free to try what I'm about to share with you. But let's say you decide to take this to another level, you're gonna need a paid version, and I'm showing you the options here. It's pretty affordable, coming in at about $29.99 per year, not per month, which actually works out to about $2.50 a month. Now from Dreamface, you're gonna select Start Now and Avatar Video. And let's upload the animated video that we got from Google Whisk to Dreamface as I'm doing here on screen. Now to get our audio, we are gonna use 11 Labs. And again, you can use it free to do what I'm about to share. And I've also placed the link for 11 Labs in the description. Now, Dreamface does have audio options, but to me, the audio sounds a little bit robotic, so that's why I'm using 11 Labs. Now, again, if you decide to take this to another level and you need commercial rights, you will need a subscription to 11 Labs. But again, it's relatively affordable, coming in at about $5 per month or $11 per month, depending on the plan you choose, which is obviously going to be contingent on how many videos you're creating. Now, I don't want you to make any paid commitments. Try this out for free, do it a few times, and then if you realize that it's something that you enjoy doing and you believe it has potential, at that time you should consider a subscription. Do not do it before then, because you don't want to be subscribing to all kind of different platforms all over the place and then money's bleeding from your pocket and you're wondering where it's going. Now back to what I was saying. So on 11 Labs, you're gonna select text to speech as I'm doing here, and you're gonna copy and paste just the narration for the section that matches the visuals as I'm showing you here. And we're getting that, of course, from Google Gemini, and that's a script that we got earlier. You can modify your script to include things like your channel name or anything specific that you want to state. And then you're gonna select a voice, and the voice needs to sound like the avatar. You cannot have a male voice coming out of a female's mouth, as an example. What I did was I searched for news here on 11 Labs, and I am choosing this particular voice. And you can also increase the speed of the voiceover and other characteristics as I'm showing you here. Let's go ahead and generate speech. And if you are using an avatar that looks like you, 11 Labs can also clone your voice and you can use it. And what I showed you at the start of this video, where I said that wasn't me, that's my clone voice that you were hearing. Now let's go ahead and download the voiceover file that we just generated, and we're gonna name it VO1, which is voiceover 1, so that you know what it is and where to put it. And we're gonna click here on Dreamface, selecting audio, and we're gonna import our 11 Labs audio file and click generate. And it takes a few good seconds, maybe a minute. Now go ahead and download the Dreamface video, and we're gonna call this scene 1, again to avoid confusion, because you're gonna do this a few times, and what you don't want is these files with no names and you're wondering which one should go first and which one should go second. Now what you need to do next is repeat these steps and create your next scene. Or if you want to do this the easy way, you can actually use this particular visual and use it for the entire video, which works because a lot of the weather channels that I mentioned earlier, it's just one person in a room or a studio for the entire video, but we want engagement. So we're not gonna do it the easy way. We're gonna be changing scenes. And to do that, you're just gonna go and copy the next visual, go and copy the next voiceover, and pull it together with the tools I just showed you. Now let's move to step 5, because now you have a few scenes and you need to compile them in one video. And what you're gonna do is repeat steps 1 through 4 until you have all the scenes, and then download them. You can use a tool like Canva or CapCut or even iMovie free of cost to pull all of this together by dragging the different scenes or uploading them, as I'm showing you here on screen. Now, we could be done with our video right now, but again, if your goal is to go viral, this next step will be key. It's adding B-roll to your video. Let me give you an example. Here, where the avatar mentions winter in the video, you can get a B-roll from free platforms out there like Pexels or even Canva that has a winter scene, and you can just download it and upload it to the particular editing tool that you're using to pull all of this together. And if you don't know how to use the editing tool, just search on YouTube how to use this editing tool, and I promise you're gonna get a tutorial. Now, my favorite option is to use Google Veil to create my B-roll. That way I get exactly what I'm looking for. And it's gonna work through Google Gemini, and I'm gonna prompt it to give me a scene that shows extreme winter weather conditions in a particular place, whether that's Florida, Jamaica, or New Orleans as an example. And this that I'm showing you here is the result, and you can then download it or download what you got from Canva or elsewhere, and then add it to your video as I'm showing you here as a B-roll. And again, if you don't know how to add B-rolls, just search for it on YouTube, and I promise you that you're gonna get a video that explains this. Now again, you could leave your video here, but we must take it to another level. And what we're gonna do next is to add high quality real-time weather tracking as B-roll. And this is what a lot of the major news platforms or TV networks do. They add things like real-time radar, like this one I'm showing you here, or real-time weather tracking, or hurricane path diagrams, or satellite and temperature layers, or rainfall predictions to keep it more engaging. And you can get this from windy.com, as I'm showing you here on screen, or weather.gov, and that way you can access NOAA for US weather reports, or weatherunderground.com, as I'm showing you here. Just select what you want from the menu and the location that you're reporting the weather for. And what you can do next is just screen record very short clips from these websites and then use them as B-roll as we did earlier. Because it's short clips, you actually don't need to worry too much about copyright issues. Now, Rockstars, here is a snippet of the weather video that we just created.
It looks like winter isn't waiting until December 21st this year. If you live in the northern half of New Jersey, you need to prepare for a very messy Tuesday morning commute. Welcome back to the channel. We are tracking a coastal system that is set to bring the first accumulating snow of the season to the Garden State this Tuesday, December 2nd. Here is the bottom line up front. We have a battleground setup. Cold air is locked in place, and a moisture-richer storm is coming up the coast. For those of you along the shore, this is just a cold, miserable rain event. But for my viewers northwest of the New Jersey Turnpike, specifically up in Sussex, Warren, and Morris counties, we are talking about a thump of snow that could drop anywhere from 1 to 4 inches, with locally higher amounts in the hills right during the morning rush. Let's dive into the new maps. Meanwhile, this low-pressure system is tracking up the coast. Usually, these storms bring in warm air off the ocean that scours out the cold, turning everything to rain. But this time, the storm is running into that stubborn block of cold air. It's going to...
Now, for the record, it takes me about 30 minutes, I would say, to create my avatar videos. It can take you less or it can take you more. But even if it takes an hour or even 2 hours after leaving your job each day, and you can make the kind of life-changing money that I talked about earlier, or that some of these channels are making, wouldn't it be worth it? You have to decide. I got one of my anonymous channels that I'm showing you here on screen monetized about 2 months after I started using this particular avatar strategy. And it happened because 1 or 2 videos started to do pretty well, and one even got over 10,000 views, as I'm showing you here. And I'm deliberately shading out all the information for this channel because I want it to remain anonymous. But as you know, Right here it says, I am a part of the partner program, and only if you own the channel or have access to the login can you show this information. Now that said, let me show you how to turn your videos into money in step 6. What you're gonna do first is to create a YouTube channel. And in this video that I'm popping up here on screen, I show you how not just to create a YouTube channel from scratch, but how to upload videos using metadata and some other things that are critical for your success on YouTube. I want you to consider keeping your videos when you create them anywhere from 8 to 12 minutes long and upload at least 3 times weekly, unless there is severe weather happening somewhere, which means you need to report it, because reporting in real time will allow your channel to do much better on YouTube. By posting consistently and following YouTube's community guidelines, when you get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours within the space of 365 days, you can apply for the YouTube Partner Program. If you're accepted, you're gonna start earning as YouTube automatically places ads on these videos that you're posting on your channel. As your channel grows, you can also earn from other streams, things like affiliate marketing, because you could promote in your videos things like solar generators or solar energy gear or other products that's related to disasters. You can also do brand collaborations or sponsorship segments. Now, you're gonna need a great thumbnail to get that click-through rate when it pops up for people on YouTube. So if you want me to create a video on how to use a Google AI tool to create thumbnails like these ones that I'm showing you here, go ahead and write "do it" in the comments. And if there's enough replies, I'll definitely create that video. Now listen, the channels that I shared as examples generated significant income in some cases, but results will vary. And this video is for educational purposes only. There are no guarantees that you're gonna make that kind of money using this method, but from my own experience, I think it's a high probability that you can. Also, while this video is about creating an avatar and using it for your channel, if you're brave enough to show your face, which I believe will drive faster results, go ahead and do that as well. Or you can have your avatar looking like you. I want you to tell me in the comments, however, how much you want to make if you were to try this out so that you can start the manifestation process. Rockstars, the weather changes daily, and now so can your income in a positive way. Until next time, walk good.